1. Lazy Bones scratched to Larry 14 to 1. Eric's Pride
All set,
3
Lucky.
to 1. Trombone
Okay.
20 to 1.
Go to that place on Madison. I want to open up that joint tomorrow, too. Come on, I gotta go over in Park Avenue and open that place. We're wearing a hat today. You know, until I hired you as my double, I didn't know how good looking I was.
Hope he shows pretty soon. There's nothing I hate like rushing to a train.
Remember, he won't be the first one out. He always sends Eddie out first, just in case.
You told me.
Yeah, but from 50 feet, you can't tell them apart. You gotta watch it.
I'm watching. Hey, if you're ever in Kansas City, I got a couple of...
Good afternoon, Mr. Moran.
Hi. Don't you ever get lonesome out here? Would you rather be inside?
I'm in there often enough.
Yeah, well, from now on, you're gonna be in there even more frequent. A lot of things are gonna be changed around here.
What do you mean, Mr. Moran?
You'll find out. Now I think I'll step in there and try that chair for size.
What's the matter with you?
Why, nothing. I'm a little on edge. I've been with the dentist all afternoon.
Better have a drink.
Yeah.
Can't use your big ears.
Oh, but Mr. Jordan, just give me a try. I'll do anything.
I got all the guys I need who'll do anything. Blow. You too. Hey, Slip, how do you like him for a double?
I don't know. He's a little short.
He's uglier than me, but with a decent haircut and a little practice, I think he'll do.
What's the matter? You mad at Eddie?
Mad at him? I'm giving him a swell funeral.
Oh, boss, you don't mean something happened to him.
Yeah, he didn't know what hit him, but it did.
Know who did it?
Somebody who knew enough to figure that Eddie'd come out first. Just on a hunch this afternoon, I came out first. Good thing I did. For me, I mean. What's your name?
Angelo Palazzo.
You're hired.
Well, what am I supposed to do, Mr. Jordan?
Oh, just dress like me and tag along wherever I go.
Is that what this other man did? You know, Eddie?
Hey, Johnny, take him over to my tailor and get him a wardrobe.
Now, look here, Mr. Jordan. I didn't ask to come here. He just brought me. I got a job. Setting up pins in a bowling alley. It's a nice alley.
You're lucky to get out of it. Sooner or later, you're bound to get hit by a bowling ball.
You know, boss, I never would forgive myself if something had happened to you while I was sitting safe in that dentist chair.
Mr. Higgins is here.
Well, hello, Lucky. Hello, Slip. Hello.
Well, did you fix it?
Well, I think it's important that you should know, Lucky.
I mean, you didn't.
Well, you see, you can't go through the usual channels in a thing like this.
What kind of a lawyer are you, anyway?
Oh, now, Lucky, you can't go offering bribes to a draft board.
You let him put me in the Army.
I tried everything. I even tried to get you in 4F.
What's that?
Well, it's socially undesirable.
What do you mean, socially undesirable? Dames like me.
Well, that's not exactly the connotation. It means, well, I'll be frank with you, Lucky. Everybody knows that you control all the rackets in town. Now, that's not considered socially desirable.
Nobody's ever pinned anything on me yet.
I know. That's why I couldn't get you in 4F.
I don't pay you to take no for an answer.
Lucky, it was out of my hands. This isn't like fixing an ordinary beef. There's a war on.
Don't I know it? They closed Santa Anita.
Look, Lucky, I'm your attorney, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. But my private opinion is that everybody owes it to his country to serve.
I don't owe anything to anybody. Everything I got in this country, I got the hard way, and there was plenty of guys trying to keep me from getting it.
Now, there's no use getting belligerent about it, because unless a man has bona fide exemptions, he goes when he's called.
Yeah?
Yeah. You don't happen to have a wife and children tucked away somewhere, do you?
Don't be stupid. Women are okay in their place, but not to marry.
Well, now, parents in some cases are grounds for exemption. What about yours?
I haven't got any. I mean, I never knew who they were. First thing I remember, I was in an orphan asylum labeled unadoptable.
Well, I'm afraid you're in for it, Lucky.
But take another think. If I've got to have some dependents, you get me some.
What?
You hard of hearing?
Well, but you just said you don't know your parents.
Sure. There must be some old bag who's willing to call me Sonny for the right amount.
Oh, now, that's fantastic.
I'm not paying you to tell me I'm fantastic. You get going and line me up a mother by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, or I'll slap you back chasing ambulances.
I never chased an ambulance in my life.
Okay, if you'd like it better, we'll have one chasing you.
All right, Lucky, I...
Better go with him, Slip, in case he starts waving that flag some more.
Sure. Good morning, Lucky. I'd like to have you meet your mother.
Hello, mister. Or should I call you son?
You just keep your lip buttoned up. Hey, is this the best you can do?
Well, I couldn't very well hire Whistler's mother.
But this is the old dame who's always mooching quarters on Times Square. She's drunk all the time.
I am not. I can't afford it all the time.
Don't you know better than to be drinking at your age?
I'd rather be drinking at your age. But time marches on.
I know she isn't perfect, Lucky, but she'll have to do.
Well, you just keep your mouth shut and don't breathe on anybody in there, and I'll give you $50 when you come out.
$50? Why, for that, I'd do a swan dive off the Statue of Liberty.
Now, Lucky, the head of this draft board will be reasonably sympathetic if you don't antagonize him. Now, I play golf with him, and I've told him that you're applying for reclassification on the basis of new evidence.
Never mind the college talk. Just keep me out of the Army.
Mr. Jordan, the only physical deficiency I see listed here is rose fever.
Yeah, I'm allergic to roses. I break out all over and start coughing and sneezing.
Well, of course, not many battles are fought in rose gardens.
Mr. Honeycutt, when Mr. Jordan filled in that questionnaire, he listed his parents as unknown because, in all honesty, he had no idea of their whereabouts. But since then, he has located his mother.
I see. Rather strange, isn't it, finding your mother just when you need an exemption?
She just showed up.
Are you dependent on this man?
Am I?
How much does your son contribute each month to your support, Mr. Jordan?
I give her $1,000 a month.
Oh,
That's very generous, isn't it?
I believe in treating her right.
Well, I see no problem here, none whatever. Anyone who can afford that amount for his mother obviously is well enough fixed to serve his country without sacrifice. Appeal denied.
Oh, George, I don't think you've explored every angle of this case. Now, Mr. Jordan's resources.
I'm afraid, Ernie, if we explored every angle of this case, we'd have to turn it over to the FBI. Mr. Jordan, you'll be inducted on the date originally set. Good day.
I'm not through yet, Lucky. I've got other contacts. And even if the worst came to the worst, I can always get you transferred to some easy post right here in town where you can go right on running things.
You'd better.
Oh, well, I will. I will.
I'll just retain that retainer of yours till you do.
Well, goodbye, Mrs. Jordan. Goodbye.
did I do all right, Mr. Jordan?
Sure you did. You made me glad I'm an orphan.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Jordan.
Thanks, Strongheart.
They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Shouldn't we get Jordan up?
I'm not gonna touch him.
What are you afraid of? He hasn't got his mob here.
Well, then you do it.
Yeah.
Jordan, wake up.
Listen, Bob. I want you to get one thing straight. As long as I'm bunking here, I don't want to be disturbed. Yeah, I'm not going to hang out any sign either.
I was just trying to do you a favor, Jordan. We're due out on the morning line.
Well, if it goes to 20 to 1, let me know. Waking it down here. Middle of the night.
Jordan! Jordan!
Come on, get out of here, blow.
You might as well learn that this is the Army. At 5:30, the bugle blows. At 6:15, you're on the meat line. For the next half hour, you got nothing to do but eat. And then we start the day's work. That goes on every day, week in and week out, just like a clock. And you're gonna go like a clock, too, or I'll wind you up until I break your mainspring.
Captain, how much do you make here?
$78 a month.
I'd like to make 780.
Say, do you think that you can bribe the United States Army?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Jordan, get up out of that bed.
Okay, don't strain your tonsils.
Where did you get the fancy bloomers?
I like to look my best in case people drop in on me at night.
Get out of that panty waist and into your denims. We're going on fatigue duty, and I mean fatigue for you.
Hello, Helen. Anything doing?
No, pretty dull today. That soldier's been here all morning. He didn't even go out at noon. I asked him if he wanted anything, but he just looked at me and then went on staring at that magazine.
Some of these boys who are away from home for the first time are pretty shy.
I don't know, but somehow I think he's been away from home before.
Did you put any root beer on ice?
There's plenty of everything. Bye, Jill.
Bye. Hello, soldier. Understand you didn't have any lunch.
What'd you do, get your face lifted?
What?
What happened to the other dame?
Oh, she's gone for the day. I relieved her.
That's a relief to me, too. What about a midnight supper in my tent tonight?
You're pretty fresh.
You're pretty. Period. Hey, Cute Eyes. How about a bottle of beer to go with this empty bowl?
Really don't think you ought to drink this. All that popcorn inside you, you'll swell up like a balloon.
That'd be great. Then I could sail away from this camp and nobody would know the difference.
What's the matter with you? Are you homesick?
Yeah. Pretty lonesome. I miss having my own things. Don't tell anybody, but I always slept with a teddy bear.
A little busier, you might not be so lonesome. Haven't they given you anything to do?
Sure, the colonel's got me on special detail. He wants me to think of some way to entertain the soldiers. Hey, wait a minute, I got it. We build a staircase of peppermint candy. And then while the band plays Beat Me Daddy 8 to the bar, you come down in a pair of high heels and chevrons. Then for a gag at the end, we drop the chevrons off.
I'm glad you thought of that. Now there's no reason for you to hang around here anymore.
Oh, yes, there is. The Navy wants me to think up something for the sailors.
Excuse me, dearie, but maybe you could give me a steer. I'm looking for my boy.
Did you ask for him at post headquarters?
They told me to at the gate, but all these buildings look the same.
Well, go back to the next corner and turn left.
I had a feeling I overshot it. Hot, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
You haven't got a drink around here, have you, dearie?
I've got some nice cold root beer inside.
Well, never mind. I'll be running along.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I'll get it for you in a minute.
Why, hello, son.
What are you doing here?
I just came down to see you, son.
What for?
Well, I got sort of lonesome.
You did, huh? Nice having you come down.
Well, that sounds more like my boy. I guess I sort of took you by surprise.
Yeah.
Ain't you gonna kiss me?
Yeah, sure. You're stiff.
I ain't neither. I had a couple after breakfast, but I ain't had any sense.
Okay, break it up. Won't you sit down, Ma?
Thanks. Whew. I'm all right on asphalt, but those gravel paths really kill me.
Well?
I hope you ain't sore at me, Mr. Jordan. I mean about me coming down here to see you. But it makes a mother sort of proud having a boy in the Army.
You're crocked to your eyeballs.
Honest, I ain't, Mr. Jordan.
Then what'd you come down here for?
Well, since I'm sort of your mother, I thought you'd like to know I'm broke.
Oh, a shakedown, huh?
It ought to be worth something. That lawyer said he was going to get you a nice, soft job. I don't think you'd get it if they knew you lied about your mother.
I paid you off once.
It didn't last long. I had house guests.
Suppose you want me to keep you in gin the rest of your life.
Honest, Mr. Jordan, things have been tough. I've been working hard, but people are buying war stamps with their quarters now.
How much do you want?
For 100, I could see my way clear.
I'll give you 50, but not another cent.
Can you make it 75?
Oh, come on, blow.
Goodbye, son.
I told you to blow. Get out and don't come back.
Goodbye, dearie.
You haven't had your cold drink yet.
I don't think I want it now.
I couldn't help seeing what happened. Please don't be upset. A lot of the boys are edgy when they first get here.
That's all right, dearie. Goodbye.
The idea of a man treating his mother that way.
I didn't ask her out here.
I think you're disgusting. I'm going to report you.
For what?
I've been around this camp long enough to know that no soldier can spend all day, every day in the canteen. You're AWOL.
Wait a minute, sister. How much do you make here?
Why?
Whatever it is, I'll double it if you keep your mouth shut.
This is the man, Colonel.
What's your unit, soldier?
Woodpeckers of America. What's yours?
Come on, Jordan. You've got a visitor at MP headquarters.
Man, woman, or woman?
It's your lawyer.
Yeah? In that case, you better start packing my things.
You can talk in here. Hello, Lucky. Well, how are things?
How do they look? I'll be out of this icebox in 3 days. What are you doing about that soft job in New York?
Lucky, I've done my level best. I pull strings like a puppeteer, but I can't do a thing.
That's not good enough, Higgins.
Well, it didn't used to be hard to fix the city or the state. But, Lucky, you can't fix Washington. To begin with, you can't find out who's in charge.
Okay, Higgins. I'm breaking out of here.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. You've only got 3 days to go.
Go where? I'm not going to stay in this army. I got money stashed all over the country under 6 different names. I'm going to sit this war out someplace where they can't find me, with a blonde in one hand and a stake in the other.
But that's desertion. Well, now, look, I'm not a finicky man. I can close my eyes to lots of things. But desertion in time of war.
It's the kiss-off, Higgins.
Oh, now, look, Lucky, don't try anything, will you? At least not until I go. They may say it's collusion. I might end up in the federal penitentiary.
You'll be right at home with the rest of your clients. Hey, Sergeant. What's up? Plenty. Take a look at this man's left-hand pocket.
My pocket?
What's he got there? Take a look.
I haven't got a thing in my pocket, not a single solitary thing except a golf tee, see?
That isn't what I saw.
Let's have a look in there. Oh, Lucky.
Get away from that door.
Now you've involved me.
Yeah. I just wish I could stick around and see what kind of an excuse you're going to give yourself for not getting yourself out of this.
Oh, take it easy with me, Lucky. Look, I didn't have anything to do with this.
I'll show you the way out, sir. I know the way out. You can't use the main gate. A convoy is going out. You'll have to use the side gate.
All right.
Got your pass-out ticket?
Yes.
Fine. Turn left between those buildings.
Right.
Go ahead. Just a stick-up.
I thought I recognized you when you passed me back on the highway. Followed you just to be sure. You're AWOL again. Get out of my car!
Sorry, sister. Mine seems to be hot.
You hear what I say? Get out of here! Where are you going?
Over the hill.
Well, you're not taking me with you. Do you realize this is kidnapping?
What are you talking about? You were so crazy about me, you followed me.
Look, if you want my car, take it, but let me out.
Oh, you're too nosy. You go around reporting people.
Stop, or I'll throw this out.
Wasn't mine anyway.
Just how long do you intend to keep me with you?
I'm in the clear.
In case you're interested, you're almost out of gas. You won't get very far, my friend. And when I catch you, I hope they put you in the guardhouse for the rest of your life.
Hey!
It's after 7. There isn't a station open in the east.
All right, we'll sleep here tonight and get gas when they open up in the morning.
Go to sleep. The minute you do, I'm leaving.
Get out.
What are you going to do with me?
I'm gonna bed you down for the night.
No, thank you.
I said get out.
Oh, no, you don't. You can't put me in there.
Listen, cute eyes, is that fair? How do you know you're not gonna like it until you've been inside?
I'll be good. I promise I won't try to run away.
Might walk in your sleep.
Let me go. Do you hear? Put me down. Do you hear? Put me down. Oh, please don't. I'll sleep in the car.
I'm sleeping there myself. course, there's not much room, but I'm willing to split it with you.
It's very nice of you. I'll go in here. Oh, look. What good's it going to do to keep me locked up? You're not going anyplace in the morning. You can't get any gas. You haven't got a ration card.
That's right. But you must have one. All right, where is it?
They didn't give me one. I was hoarding gas.
Okay, I don't mind looking for it.
Never mind. I'll give it to you. There you are. Get me out of here! Open the door! Where are you?
Now, what's the matter?
You can't leave me in here. It's dark.
I'll turn on the light.
I can't find it. Give me some matches.
Guess the guy that owns this coat doesn't smoke. He hasn't got any But he does have a gas card.
Get me out of here!
Used to be people didn't even get out of the car when they put the gas in. Nowadays, they're all over the place, squeezing the hose to be sure they get the 3 gallons. How did you come to get one of these sea books? You an official?
I'm a dog catcher.
You don't say. Do they get them too?
You ever try catching a wire hair on foot?
I'll get you the change.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jordan.
Lucky.
Hello, Slip. I see you're taking things over for me, okay.
Run along, Pearl.
Hey. You lost weight.
I've been awfully worried about you, Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, I noticed you just had a faint spell on the couch.
Well, it's good to see you again, boss. I hope you don't mind my clowning around with Pearl a little.
Why should I mind? No good letting a dame with red hair cool off.
How come you ain't wearing your soldier pants?
I left him in that camp. I figured that some guy who was going to stay in that army might need him.
How hot are you?
I don't know. About 6 miles out of that camp, a couple of guys in a big car jumped me.
Yeah?
I don't know what they were after, but they seemed satisfied with a couple of right crosses.
Where's that briefcase, Lucky?
How do you know about that?
That can come later. Where is it?
Listen, Ahmed Eyes. When you ask me a question, your voice better go up on the end.
Well, I didn't mean nothing like that, Lucky, but that briefcase is kind of important.
It's better. Now get out of that chair and tell me how you know so much.
Well, I sent those guys that jumped you. Of course, they didn't know it was you. That guy you clipped back in the camp is an Army engineer. That briefcase he's carrying around is full of hot dope. New tank armor.
Since when did you get interested in tanks?
Look, Lucky, in our business, you gotta keep yourself up to date. Those dog tracks and bookie joints and slot machines, they're old-fashioned now.
They weren't bad.
Maybe they'll be all right again after the war's over. But right now, the heavy sugar's in something else. I run into a couple of foreign lugs. They'll pay you almost anything you want to ask for stuff like that report on the tank armor you've been carrying around. That little briefcase is worth 50,000 rocks.
Yeah?
Sure. Well, you get $1,000 just for finding out where a troop train went.
In American money?
Sure. Why, I got 20,000 for setting the Normandy on fire.
Did you do that?
No, but they don't know I didn't.
You've been doing all right, Slip.
Thanks, boys. But they're getting a little itchy about my not finding that briefcase, Lucky. Where is it?
I don't know. The dame I had with me threw it out of the car.
Where?
I didn't pay any attention. The dame must know where it is.
Well, where is she now?
I parked it with Joe Majati. We'll pick her up. I need a few grand to rattle around in my pocket till I cool off.
Well, what was this dame doing with you anyhow?
She spotted me blowing out of the camp. I took her along to keep her from squawking.
Treating her pretty gentle, ain't you, Lucky? Best way to keep a dame from squawking is to break a squawker.
How do you do, Mr. Jordan? I'll tell Mrs. Majati you're here.
Hello, Lucky. Hiya.
Fine.
Have a cup of tea?
No, thanks, Vera. Where's that dame I parked with you last night?
Well, she's upstairs. I'll get her for you. Make yourself at home.
Twelfth night. What happens then?
You got me.
You can come downstairs now.
I won't do it. If anybody lays a hand on me, I'll break this lamp on him.
Come on. Mr. Jordan's waiting.
Well, it's no bargain, but it's better than staying here.
Hello, Lucky. Did you see the paper today?
Quit reading them, Joe. Can't believe a thing you see in them anymore.
I hope it is not true.
Now, don't sweat all over that new suit, Joe. I'm leaving right away.
You know, I like you very much to help you out any time, Lucky. But these, I don't like.
Hello, cute eyes.
Take me out of this place.
Hey, she's okay, Lucky. Now I know why you didn't break a squawker.
Thanks for keeping her on ice. Goodbye, Vera.
Bye, Lucky.
About here, I think, Slip. What do you say, cute eyes?
This isn't it.
That's what I wanted to know. All right, you can stop here, Slip. You'll save us a lot of time if you tell us why you threw it.
I'll kick it out of her, boss.
Do you really think I'd help you get hold of military information?
How do you know what's in that briefcase?
It's pretty obvious. He escapes from an army camp by stealing a car. There's a briefcase in it that doesn't belong to him. He doesn't even care when I throw it out. Now suddenly it's very valuable.
This dame's too smart to live.
Never mind. We'll find it ourselves. You walk along the road and we'll take this field. Go on. Walk in front of me. Thanks. Hey, Slip, I got it.
Coming! Good work, boss. Let's see it.
Sure.
12 o'clock, Cinderella. I'm gonna turn you into a squash. And am I gonna love it? I've been laying for you for a long time.
I had a hunch you were beginning to like that big chair of mine.
From now on, it's my big chair. You're all through, Lucky. You ain't a big shot anymore. You're just a washed-up little drip.
I thought you were getting too big for your pants. I was gonna have you hammered down, but I got busy with that Army stuff and let it slide. Bad business letting things pile up on your desk like that.
Yeah, it just proves you're getting old-fashioned. Why, you're so out of date, you ought to be retired. I'm gonna do you one favor, just for old time's sake. Where do you want it? The front or in the back?
You're ahead of yourself, Slip. That briefcase is empty.
What are you giving me?
Why not?
It's murder.
Self-defense.
Oh, please.
Look, if I let him go now, he wakes up with an awful headache, and later on, I get it in the back. I give him one more kick, he misses all that headache, and I don't get it in the back.
Lucky. You can't do it. What are you going to do with that?
What do you think?
I think a lot of things, but I was hoping you were going to return it.
It's a pretty long ride back to that camp.
Oh, but don't you see? If you take it back now, they'll never press a desertion charge, and I'll say there was nothing to the kidnapping. You'll be square with everyone.
Yeah, I'll be square behind the 8-ball and right back in the Army.
But at a time like this, you can't sell your country short.
I'm not selling anything short. I wouldn't take a cent less than 100 grand for this. Listen, cute eyes, never look where you're diving. Tips off which way you're going. Can't get any more of those, can you? Stockings, I mean. Well, it's time to put you up for the night.
Oh, you're not going to do that to me again, are you?
Sure.
Oh, please don't.
You being so nosy and patriotic, there's nothing else I can do.
I'll be good. I won't try to run away.
I can't take that chance. Come on.
At least let me have a cigarette first.
Okay.
Thanks. How can you do this?
What?
Sell that information to the other side?
Why not?
You know, you're absolutely unmoral. You haven't faith in anybody or anything. I shouldn't think it'd be worth it. You must feel miserable and alone.
Me? I'm never alone. Spend every night of my life in a nightclub with a show going on.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Sure I do. You're trying to talk me out of selling the briefcase.
You bet I am. You think this war hasn't anything to do with you, but it has. The whole world's involved and everybody in it. If we lose, we'll end up slaves. Nazi slaves. That means you too, whether you like it or not.
No, I don't. When things change, a smart guy figures out a new angle. It's the clucks who go around getting their heads knocked off.
You never had a thought in your life where you didn't figure the angles first, did you? I mean, what it meant to you and what you thought you could get out of it.
Anybody who don't is a sucker.
Very well, then. Let's take it step by step. Let's find out what the angles are for you in this thing. You're established in, well, whatever business you're in. You seem to like it, and you make a lot of money at it.
I'm doing okay.
Well, to be completely realistic and selfish, you must want to keep things pretty much the way they are, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you must want the country you live in to win, don't you?
Sure I do.
Well, now we're getting someplace. All right. If you want the country you live in to win, why aren't you helping?
Well, the way I see it, it's like a fight at the Garden. You might want the guy in the purple pants to win. You might even bet a few bucks on him. But you don't want him to win bad enough that you'll climb up in that ring and get your face bashed in helping him.
I give up. You're impossible. I can't appeal to you on any basis. Animal, vegetable, or mineral. Or human.
Guess it's time to lock you up in the blue room again.
Would you mind if I washed my face in that stream first?
No, go ahead.
Let me up.
All right, come on, get up. Go ahead. Don't get you. I thought at least I'd have to spar a few rounds.
What does it matter?
It don't. It's just that some dames are hard to convince. I guess I had you figured out all wrong. Thought you were a regular ice cube till I kissed you.
Even an ice cube has to be defrosted once in a while. Nice.
What's the matter?
There's something in there.
Just a minute now.
Oh, Mr. Jordan, I wouldn't have had this happen for the world. He was just...
I know what he was doing. Look, when you go to the office tomorrow, you tell Slip to meet me in front of Marty's place on 42nd Street. I'll be there at noon. And if he has $100 grand in cash on him, you can have that briefcase he's so crazy about. Now, you got that straight?
Yes. Yes, I have, Mr. Jordan.
Okay.
Mr. Jordan, I hope you won't misunderstand about this man, because he's only...
I know. He's your cousin. Oh, when he wakes up, you tell him your uncle was here.
Can you spare a quarter, mister? Could you spare a quarter, mister? Mr. Jordan, please, Mr. Jordan, I've got something to tell you.
Oh, come on, blow.
They're staked out all around Marty's, waiting for you.
Who's staked out?
A bunch of torpedoes. I saw 'em when I went by on my route. I thought I'd better tell you in case you wasn't expecting 'em.
Slipping around with them?
If he is, he ain't advertising it.
Thanks.
You'd better be careful where you hide out, Mr. Jordan.
I'll take care of that.
But you're hotter than a stove. Everybody's after you. Slip more in. The FBI, the Army, and some big shot who says you've got his daughter.
All right, come on, blow, will you?
But I'm trying to tell you can hide out at my place if you want to. Nobody'd ever think of looking for you there.
Where is your place?
Over the Green Grotto on Fulton Street.
Would there be any room for me there with those gin bottles?
I don't think you can be too choosy.
Okay, let's have your key.
Could you spare a quarter, mister, for a cup of coffee?
Oh, I think so, yes. 2 bits for a cup of coffee?
You wouldn't want me to dine in the cheaper places, would you? Hello, Mr. Jordan. Glad you're making yourself comfortable.
On this sofa? How's business?
I never saw as many cheapskates in my life. I knocked off early.
Hope you got something to eat in that bag.
I got some stew on the stove. All I got to do is warm it up. Do you like stew, Mr. Jordan?
I'd rather have guinea hen under glass. But if that's all you got, I won't turn it down.
I cruised past Marty's after you left and hit one of them torpedoes for a quarter. He was waiting for you all right. He gave me 4 bits to keep moving.
I haven't got any cash, but I'm working on a deal right now, and if I put it across, I'll slip you a couple of C's.
You don't need to.
What do you give me? Think you can get more out of slip?
If that's the way you feel about it, you can get out of here.
I don't get it.
I didn't tell you to come here so I could put the bite on you.
No? Doing me a favor free of charge?
Not exactly. Kind of hard to explain. Something happened that day I went to the camp to shake you down. Everybody was so nice to me when they found out I had a boy in the Army. And then on the train, I met a couple of other mothers, and they was lying about their kids. I wasn't going to let them get away with anything. So I started lying about you, and I topped them all. I froze them up all right.
Yeah? What'd you tell them?
I told them you'd never been away from home before. But in 3 months, you was already a lieutenant. They groused around a little, and then they started flashing them baby pictures. You know the kind, little monkeys flat naked. They thought they had me there. So I just cracked open a newspaper and showed them a picture of a good-looking soldier. For a minute, they thought they'd nailed me, 'cause it said Captain under the picture. So I said, well, what do you know? He's got himself promoted again. That's when they froze. And when I saw you today, it hit me like a ton of bricks that you was walking into a trap. I did just what a mother would do. It felt good to know you needed me, and I could do something for you.
Well, don't get so tied up in that mother act, you start telling people I'm back home again.
Say, they couldn't get anything out of me with a crowbar.
Where can I hide this?
Under the mattress, I'll show
That's
you.
the first place anybody'd look.
I got just the place. How do you like that? I've been asking the landlord to fix it, but he says for what I'm paying, I'm lucky to have a roof.
It'll do.
Ain't that a pretty shawl? I got that at one of the big department stores on 5th Avenue. It dropped into my umbrella one rainy day.
Yeah? Where'd you get the umbrella?
Out of the umbrella department.
Why didn't you walk past a couple of steaks tonight?
When it comes right down to it, there's nothing like good home cooking.
Especially if you can't get out to a restaurant.
Is it all right? Got enough pepper, enough salt?
Got enough pepper and salt, but it's a little shy on meat.
Well, ain't I the stoop? I give it all to myself.
Look, I gotta go out after a while. I want you to stay here and watch things.
You think you ought to go out?
Yeah, it's business.
With all the money you've got, Mr. Jordan, you shouldn't go around risking your neck for a few more dollars.
With all the money I got, I don't dare show my face in a bank. That's why I gotta put this deal through.
Want some more?
Same as this?
Sure.
No, thanks. I gotta get going.
I'm sorry there ain't no dessert. We was going to have pineapple, but the grocer looked around.
Hello, Slip. Didn't keep my appointment today because I don't like double crosses. Give me one more chance. I'll meet you tomorrow at 11 o'clock in a toy store on Fifth Avenue. Now, there's no use framing me because I won't have the stuff. Yeah, you'll get it when you've forked over 100 grand in cash.
What'll it be, gentlemen? Open up the cash register and shut your mouth.
Back room for you, El Ropo.
Put Slip Moran on. This is Harrison.
Who is it?
It's me. Open up.
I've been having the quick jumps.
Relax. It was nothing but a phone call.
What's that?
I brought you a Mother's Day present.
You didn't.
I said I did.
Jen. That's the sweetest thing a kid ever gave his mother.
I don't get stiff.
Thanks, Mr. Jordan.
Come on, blow. I gotta get to bed.
Good night, son.
Good night. Ma. And remember, I don't care how you get it. Understand?
We just can't keep these in stock. Amusing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Boys just love it. A 3-year-old can operate it.
Yeah? Let me take a crack at it.
Certainly.
You're not too busy. I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, hello, Lucky. Hey, it's a great little gadget. Let me show you how it works.
Some other time. I got 100,000 things I want to take care of today.
I'll take it.
I'll have one wrapped for you. I'm sure the little boy will love it. Now, will there be anything else, sir?
Come on, blow. I want to talk to the little boy.
Hey, I like this place. How'd you come to tell me to meet you here?
Figured if you ask any of your friends to drop in, they'd be kind of conspicuous. Bring the dough?
You bring the thing?
Told you I wouldn't have it with me.
Kind of a one-sided deal, ain't it?
Now, look, we went all through that on the phone. Give me the dough and you get the stuff before midnight tonight.
I don't know, Lucky. I talked them foreign lugs until I was black in the face. They just won't pay that kind of dough.
Yeah, they just won't get it.
fine thing for a kid to play with. Nope, Lucky. They won't pay a cent more than 75 grand.
All right, give me the 75.
Hey, wait a minute. I got to talk to him again. Well, how did I know you was going to take it?
What is this, a stall? Trying to double talk me till somebody gets here with a Tommy gun?
Oh, the only Tommy guns in this joint shoot corks.
Look, Gooseneck. I don't know what you're trying to frame, but I'm giving you one last chance. You meet me here at 5 o'clock this afternoon and be sure you have that 75 grand on you or I'll burn the stuff.
Okay, Lucky. If I don't show, you'll know the deal fell through.
I got a feeling that you got a feeling the deal is gonna fall through.
Well, you know these foreign lugs. It ain't like you and me dealing.
Yeah. With you, I know exactly what to expect. That's why you don't get your hands on that stuff until I get mine on the dough.
And 10 makes 20. Thank you, sir. I just wish I could see the little boy when he gets it.
The little boy don't know it yet, but he's already got it.
Son,
What happened?
be careful. A couple of men come looking for that briefcase. Slapped me around, something awful. I didn't tell them where it was. They couldn't make me tell.
Take care of Slip for this. Take care of those foreign lugs, too.
Watch out. They're mean guys.
Stuff they want so bad, it's going where it'll hurt them most. Right back to the Army.
Why don't you go back, too? If you set your mind to it, you could be a better soldier than any of them.
I'll get a doctor. Think you'll be all right for a while?
Mm-hmm. Get that briefcase out of here, though.
Yeah.
Come on and get it. I'll be all right. Son.
Okay. Ma.
Son, are you all right, son?
Oh, you scared me, Mr. Jordan.
What's happened here? Where's Slip?
I haven't any idea. This morning he just up and moved, and now I'm out of a job.
Where'd he move to?
I don't know.
What are you doing back here?
I left a pair of earrings up here somewhere.
All right, you better tell me where his slip is.
Honest, Mr. Jordan, I don't know. They haven't let me in on anything lately, but I think maybe Slip's gone straight.
Don't give me that.
Honest, Mr. Jordan, I think he started a nursery or something. I mean, for flowers. Flowers are all he talks about. I guess there's a lot of money in it, too, because just this morning he sold some tulips for $50,000.
It's an expensive bouquet. What kind of tulips were they?
I can't remember.
Come on, heat that red head up. This is important. It's all I got to go on.
It was torch of something. Torch of Holland, that's what it was.
Who did you sell them to?
I don't know. I'd tell you if I did.
Okay.
I'll be at the same place until the 18th. Why don't you come see me?
Some other time, Pearl. I'm avoiding crowds right now.
Yes, sir.
I want some information about a tulip. It's called Torch of Holland.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We haven't had any of those bulbs since the war started.
You know where I can find any?
I'm afraid not. It's a very rare variety, but we have a lovely California bulb that's almost the same color. There's just a little more pink on the petals.
Oh, thanks. If I could find one, how much would it cost?
Oh, I should say about $15 a bulb.
I know one that costs $50,000.
Liar.
There's just a possibility that you might be able to find one at the Kilpatrick Gardens. They have the most elaborate displays around here.
Yeah? Where's that?
On Long Island, beyond Far Rockaway. Far beyond.
Thanks.
You won't be able to go all through the garden, sir. It's almost closing time.
I just want to take a look at the tulips.
Take the path to the right.
Got the names on them?
Everything in the garden is clearly labeled.
Is there a telephone here?
Not a public phone.
Well, it's very important.
Local call?
No, I want to talk to the FBI in New York.
Well, this is a house phone. I'll have to get your line.
Oh, thanks. Please hurry.
Hello? This is Miller at the gate. There's a young lady here who wants to get in touch with the FBI. Will you please connect me? Thank you. Here you are, miss.
Thanks. Hello? Hello, is this the FBI? Let me speak to Mr. Herndon, please.
Well, Mr. Herndon's not in, but my name's Bowman. May I help you?
Yes, this is Jill Evans. I followed Lucky Jordan out to the Kilpatrick Gardens on Long Island. If you'll hurry here, you'll catch him.
Well, we'll get there as soon as we possibly can. But in the meantime, you better go direct to Mr. Kilpatrick. Uh-huh. And explain the situation to him. Well, he'll help you hold Jordan until we arrive. That's fine. Okay. Goodbye.
What's up, Kilpatrick?
I am now a member of the FBI, at least for the next half hour.
I doubt you will get away with it. Your face isn't stupid enough.
I could be convincing.
I better go to my room. I always laugh at tragedies and cry at comedies.
Come in.
A young lady, Miss Evans, would like to see you, sir.
Oh, yes, sure in, Charles, sure in.
Certainly, sir.
See you at dinner, Kesselman.
Definitely. I'm hungry as a Frenchman.
Miss Evans, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Kilpatrick, but Mr. Bowman of the FBI asked me to see you.
Oh, Bowman? How is Bowman?
Well, I don't know him. I just talked to him on the telephone. You see, there's a man right here in your gardens that the FBI wants very badly.
Hey, you. Got a tulip here called Torch of Holland?
That one.
What's so special about it?
Very rare.
Sorry, sir. This greenhouse isn't open to the public.
Just saw someone go in there.
You must be mistaken, sir. Mr. Kilpatrick keeps his prize flowers in here. He doesn't allow anyone inside. That's the closing bell, sir. You'll have to go now.
They rang the bell for us to leave, and now you won't let us leave. Just why is that?
It'll be just a few minutes, sir. There's been some trouble.
Well, I'm not in trouble. I want to go.
Is he here?
No, he isn't.
Has anyone gone out, Miller?
Not for the last 15 minutes.
Well, you people can go then. I'm sorry I had to keep you. That means he's still in the grounds.
Maybe he'll go over your wall there.
Not that wall. If he ever gets to the top, he'll find those wires carry a pretty stiff current. Call all the gardeners together and have them search the grounds thoroughly. They'll find a man hiding somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, we'll catch a fugitive all right. Wiley, take Miss Evans up to the house and have Charles fix a drink for her.
Yes, sir.
I'll be with you in a few minutes. I want to check the grounds myself.
Thank you, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Not at all. One tank looks like another to me. Then I'm not an engineer. Kesselman is. I'll let him study these tonight, and if he says they're all right, well, you get your money tomorrow.
Well, this was a tough job.
Yeah, I know, and you've done it very well. You ready for another assignment right away?
Always like to keep busy.
Well, there's a trainload of precision machinery leaving for the West Coast tomorrow. I wouldn't mind seeing it derailed.
Okay. Same code, Torture Holland?
It's getting a bit late in the season for tulips. Let's make it gardenias this time. I'll send you a wire saying the gardenias have been shipped, eh?
Hey, you man! There he goes! Get him! Hey, not over the tulips, you idiots! You can chase him just as well on the grass.
Let me in, please. I left my umbrella inside.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but it's against the rules to let anyone in after hours.
Then don't let me in. It's around the gate somewhere. Just hand it to me.
I'll see if it's in the gatehouse. Are you sure you had it with you?
If you don't produce my umbrella, I'll call the police.
Here it is.
Thank you. I'm sure. That stupid oaf. I'll bet he has a fine collection of purses, gloves, and umbrellas and whatnot. probably does a brisk business selling them.
You weren't so aggressive, Clarence. You wouldn't antagonize people. The man didn't know it was there.
If I weren't aggressive, people would be walking all over me. I wouldn't be assistant credit manager. There. After all your talk about fine weather, it started to rain already. Maybe you still think I was silly to go back after my umbrella.
What is it, Clarence?
Well, listen to this. Take this FBI, send them to Gardens. Hurry. This is extraordinary.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to throw it across the wall, of course.
But it must be important.
That's the way you get into trouble, interfering in something that doesn't concern you. If I took it to the FBI, they'd probably arrest me as a spy.
From there. All right. Get your hands up. Now get over there. Well, thank you, Miss Evans.
What are you doing with this bunch of spies?
I'm sorry we put you all this trouble, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I'm glad to help. Charles, ask Mr. Kesselman to come downstairs, will you?
Yes, sir.
May I use your telephone? I want to call my father and tell him where I am.
I'm afraid not.
What?
Well, you see, you now know so much about my business interests that, well, I can't let you go.
I talked to the FBI. They told me to see you.
You talked to me on the house phone.
Too bad, cute eyes.
Sit down, Miss Evans.
Charles tells me the guests have arrived.
Yes.
I'm certainly glad this one came. And this must be the notorious Mr. Jordan.
Well, this is up to you, Moran. I don't consider that report delivered. You'll have to get it if you want your 50,000.
You better talk while you still got teeth to talk through.
Well, just addle his brain that way.
What do I care what I do to his brain?
You want him to remember what he did with that report, don't you? Well, there are better ways. In Poland, we found this worked very well. You drive these under the fingernail and light them. We used to call it the Danzig hot foot. A pure Pole will stand a lot of heat. Americans are such mongrels. Nothing personal. It'll be interesting to find out how quickly they break.
Wait a minute.
So soon?
I'll tell you where it is.
You have no stamina at all, have you?
Where is it, Lucky?
threw it under that bridge that goes over the pond.
I'll get it.
I'll come along with you, Moran. And you two, you better come with us. You keep your eye on him.
You know, this is a revelation. I'm aware that we Nazis are often referred to as gangsters by our opponents, and it's always amused me. I've read about American gangsters, and it seemed to me that their viewpoint and ours were quite similar. I was told that when they wanted something, they took it. So do we. When somebody stood in their way, he was eliminated. We understand that technique thoroughly. So you can imagine my shock, Mr. Jordan, when I finally meet a gangster like you, a prominent gangster, and discover you are weak and spineless. No, I am no longer amused by the comparison.
Don't try to put me in your class, squarehead. I've knocked around a little, but alongside of you, I'm a Sunday school teacher.
You're an uncouth jackal. That's what you are. But let's talk about something more pleasant. Miss Evans. Cigarette? Don't smoke. Are you acquainted with the National Socialist Party's estimate of American women?
No. And I don't care to be.
Well, we say they are sleek and very well cared for, but with no souls whatsoever. But the lack of soul doesn't seem to bother that drooling idiot. And I must say, it doesn't bother me either. After all, how do we know that there is such a thing as a soul? But the existence of legs, that's something tangible. Something you can put your finger on, philosophically speaking. In that regard, my principal objection to submarine travel is the fact that you have 60 men, 12 torpedoes, but no women. In the last war, I was 25 years younger and stationed in Vienna. I fought the war diligently, from 10 to 5 in daytime, and from 10 to 5 at night, being statistically minded. I made a census of the beautiful women in Vienna. We lost the war, but I had my census. This war has been too frantic. We have taken every city in Europe overnight. And I had just had my mouth set for Paris when I was transferred to the espionage department. And 3 days later, I found myself in a cold submarine somewhere under the North Sea. I cheered up considerably when I was told that we were going to Florida. But when we arrived there, a man rowed out, handed me a package, he submerged, and headed for the North Sea again.
All right, stay where you are, sauerkraut. All right, you get up there with him. Nice going, cute eyes.
Who found that shot? What's happened?
Hello, boys. Get your feet wet?
How'd you let this happen, Kesselman?
I'm afraid this lad knows more about petunias than guns.
It seems to be an impasse, Jordan. You can't very well get out of this estate without my setting off the alarm and catching you. And as long as you hold that gun, I can't get very far either, can I?
I should say about a step and a half.
Not exactly. I suggest we make a deal. Originally, you wanted $100,000 for that report, didn't you? Well, now I'm prepared to pay.
This is a payoff, all right, but not the way you mean it. You boys are going to get paid off in slugs.
Now, I don't blame you for being sore, Lucky, but this is nothing you can settle with a heater.
Well, he offered you $100,000, didn't he? Ain't that what you want?
I got a customer I like better. I'm selling to the Army on the installment plan. They're going to pay me $50 a month for it.
Yes, but aren't you a little confused, Jordan? Why, a man of your stamp can't get anything out of being a tin-horn hero. Why should you give up $100,000 for the sake of a country that considers you an enemy of society?
Maybe it's because I don't want to see that country run by a bunch of guys who go around beating up old women. Till I ran up against you, Nazi was just a word in a newspaper to me. Now it's another way to spell cockroach. Well, this place needs cleaning up. And for the next 2 minutes, I'm a one-man board of health.
Hey, look, Lucky, after all, you and me were pals.
That's why I'm giving it to you first, Slip. Now, where do you want it?
Robert! Lucky, it's Mr. Herndon.
Hey, anybody hurt?
No. Well, Jordan, it was nice of you to be here, too, so we could get all of you at once.
Wait a minute. Who do you think sent that report out of here in that little squirt's umbrella?
You'll have to think up a better one than that.
But, Mr. Herndon, he had these men all rounded up when you came in.
Well, you better come along with us anyway, Jordan, until we get this straightened out.
This always happens. You try to help a guy, and the referee hits you over the head with a stool.
All right, let's take this menagerie downtown and lock it up in a cage.
You haven't anything to worry about.
You heard what he said about the cage, didn't you?
When I tell them what you've done, they'll never keep you. And if you're worried about the Army, forget it. They'll never consider you a deserter now.
Come along, Jordan.
You might even get a citation.
What's that?
You know, a medal.
Hey, you guys, get your backs into it. Come on, Jordan, get going. Hey, you, where do you think you're throwing that?
Sorry, I thought it was your face.
Say, listen, am I...